Welcome to the 17th election in American history. It was held on Tuesday, November 2nd, 1852, and incumbent 12th President Zachary Taylor tragically died in 1850 from stomach problems / cholera after 4th of July celebrations. He died after a short 492 days in office. This shocked the nation and many in the capital, and Fillmore became the 13th president in American history, since John Tyler had set this rule back in 1841. By this point, the North and South Division had gotten to a breaking point. Right after the news of Taylor's death, the Compromise of 1850 occurred. In a morbid way, some were relieved of Taylor's death, since Taylor never wanted for slavery to expand and would have personally led the army if states rebelled. But Fillmore approved and signed the compromise. It stated that California became a free state, Texas lost its land claims in New Mexico, organized New Mexico and Utah with popular sovereignty, deciding the slavery debate. It also ended slave trade in Washington, D.C., and passed the Fugitive Slave Act of returning slaves even if they were in free states. After Fillmore caved and let slavery expand, this divided the Whigs between the northern and southern faction. Congress had found a way to keep both sides content, and the crisis was extinguished, but only for now. Not long after, the northern and southern division would grow even stronger when Uncle Tom's Cabin by Harriet Stowe was published. The book would go viral and increase abolitionist sentiment in the North, while the South completely banned it, saying it was abolitionist propaganda. It also led to international outrage of the South and weakened British relations with the South. Meanwhile, out west, the Mormon trek was still going with the help of Brigham Young, the governor of the Utah Territory, and many Mormons would go on this trek out west. Also, the first National Women's Rights Convention was held in Worcester, Massachusetts in October 1850. For the election, the Democrats' nominees for president were Lewis Cass, failed nominee in 1848 from Michigan. Another nominee was James Buchanan, former Secretary of State from Pennsylvania. Stephen A. Douglas, former representative and senator from Illinois. Finally, Franklin Pierce, former representative and senator from New Hampshire. While for the vice president nominees, the only main one was William King, senator from Alabama. In the end, the Democrats nominated Franklin Pierce and William King as his running mate. For the Whigs, the nominees for president were incumbent President Millard Fillmore from New York. Another nominee was famous war hero General Winfield Scott. And finally, Daniel Webster, Secretary of State from Massachusetts. While for the vice president nominees, there was William Graham, Secretary of Navy from North Carolina, Edward Bates, prominent veteran and lawyer from Missouri. In the end, the Whigs nominated Winfield Scott and William Graham as his running mate. As you can see, President Fillmore lost the nomination since Whigs hated him for signing the Compromise of 1850. Pierce ran a moderate campaign on slavery and as a dark horse candidate, while the Whigs campaigned on Scott's status as a war hero. General Scott tried his best, and the winner was Franklin Pierce won, becoming the 14th president in American history. Pierce won in a landslide with 254 electoral votes, defeating General Scott easily, and William King became the 13th vice president in American history. Winfield Scott was barely able to get 42 electoral votes. This election saw the Whig Party start to die due to the slavery debate, while the Democrats won big. In the Senate, the Democrats won, winning 35 out of the 57 seats, 3 over the majority. For the House, the Democrats won, winning 128 seats, 10 over the threshold. Speaker Boyd stayed as the 20th Speaker of the House, a Southern Democrat from Kentucky. Pierce took his oath of office on Friday, March 4, 1853, at the East Portico of the Capitol. The North and South Division grew even larger, and the Civil War would only be delayed, and thus the 17th election in American history came to an end. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video.